Welcome to today's live, and today I'm coming here with maybe the most important topic of what I've learned and what I'll be talking about a lot more, and that is self-healing. And I will try my best to explain in the best way how complex and how easy this can be. So self-healing is a natural ability to heal everything in your life, from your body, mind, relationships to things, money, to all energy, relationship with yourself. And that all is coming from the core understanding that you have an influence on everything in your life. You impact everything in your life, which a few years ago that was not my reality, and I didn't believe that, and I didn't know what? No, I thought things are happening to me and I just need to accept them and somehow get along with them. And that it goes down, you can only the life can go harder until you're dead and there's nothing more left. But I have discovered, thanks to my pain, thanks to chronic pain that I'll talk about quite often, that's the core of my teaching, that it can go exactly the opposite way, that you're at your starting point somewhere, and the more you realize and the more you become aware, the more you understand that you can take over the responsibility of every single thing in your life and heal it. And that is the self-healing, and it is the understanding that whatever is happening in our lives, meaning pain in our body, disease of our body, pain in our mind, disease of our mind, painful and uncomfortable relationships with ourselves, with the people around us, with our family, with any dramatic, repetitive situations, or problems with money, or anything that is not balanced and you don't feel good about it in your life, can be healed from the inside. And that is where self-healing comes to place. It's the most crucial, essential thing in the self-development you need to understand. It's the initial thought that you can cure yourself and you can cure everything in your life. And with this comes the understanding that since you're here, only by being, by your existence, you don't deserve things, but your natural state is to have everything. Okay, this can be also hard to grasp in the beginning, because we have learned, but this is where you need to understand that you have learned to believe that there are things you deserve and there are things you don't deserve. And I will show this at an example of breath, because that's always a great example. Breath is limitless and essential at the same time, and infinite, and naturally your need and also right, okay? A natural right in the most neutral way. So without breathing, you wouldn't be here. And the infinity of the ability of breathe, that you have every breath, and we don't even think about it, and we aren't even aware of our breathing. But are you thinking that you don't deserve breathing? Like whenever you take a breath, you can get to that point, and is it gonna get you somewhere? That is the question. Okay, so if you focus only on the breath for an instant, there is infinity of air for you available. You know how I mean it. And you have to breathe, but at the same time, You don't have to deserve being able to breathe. And with this, the exactly same way can be everything in your life, and that is where you achieve the balance. And you are naturally meant to be healed, meant to be healing yourself. As you heal yourself, with that you inspire others and you heal them as well. But your main task is to heal for yourself all your relationships, all your relationship with yourself, to heal the relationship with your mind, to heal with the relationship with your body. And it is not outside of you. This happens in the now, and whenever you are with yourself and aware, then you are self-healing. Okay, so the self-healing happens only or all the time when you are aware of it. That's when you can embrace it. Okay, so at that instant and that now instant, the self-healing takes place. And whenever you are in the what if, which is the separation from the now, and it is either being worried about the past or the future, then you are disabling the self-healing. And you are separating yourself from yourself. That is where any disbalance occurs. Disbalance in health, pain of the body, pain of the mind, pain in some relationships. You attract dramatic situations. You attract maybe lack of money, or lack of anything, okay? Lack of abundance in your life, because abundance is your natural state, because you are abundance, okay? Everything goes from within you. And once you heal that, then everything is healed automatically at the same time, okay? So obviously then you go through the individual topics of your life, through the themes of your life. If your story carries pain, physical or psychological, or some belief that maybe you want a partnership but don't have it, or you want a certain amount of money but you don't have it, then obviously you are healing along the way, but always coming back to the breath. That can be your anchoring moment. I think we're going to do this tomorrow because on Saturdays I want to do a live, like a spiritual practice to help you have some methods and tools how to embrace the self-healing, because self-healing happens at all instants if you allow it. Okay, self-healing is something that is naturally happening, but you must allow it. The body is always renewing its cells, fixing itself. So when you have a cut, it will immediately start healing itself, the body. The same way the mind, if there's something bothering the mind, it will keep on analyzing it and keep on circulating around that topic in order to heal it and release it. And once we understand it, once we become aware of the lesson, for example, in that one topic that is in our mind, then we release the energy and we are free. That occurs, for example, when you are in contact with someone, you exchange some conversation or something, you say something to someone else and they reply with something that like hurts you, triggers you, or activates you. These are all the same, depending on the point of view that you look at it. And so whatever activates you is there for you to reach some understanding, because that's the level you need to get to. But often, instead of reaching and instead of trusting, this is supposed to teach me something, and I will stay here with myself until it naturally releases itself and the emotions pass and disappear, and I am free again and I have learned something from this lesson. But often we make the mistake that we stay and cycle in this pain, and we go deeper into that emotion, and we embrace that emotion instead of letting it pass through the body. Emotion is energy in motion. It is energy that should flow through you. But as long, or in the case where we block the emotion and stay in it, stay in emotion of fear, for example, and we can stay in this for many, many years. Okay, so for as long as we block that emotion and we don't release ourselves from it, from the past, for example, from something what happened, because what happened wasn't even real, but we have learned to believe that the situation is real, and we still feed it with our energy. Okay, so as long as we carry this, the emotion of fear, and we identify with it, we identify with the situation, what happened to us, then it accumulates and it brings on layers and layers. This is migraine is a great example of this. Brings on layers, and with these layers, the pain intensifies and grows, and can manifest into some disease in the body. Okay? So we must learn the self-healing method, which is trust, responsibility for all our actions, decisions, what we say, what we think, what we do. For example, related to the body, everything we eat, to become responsible for it and aware of it. Once we take this responsibility, the body no longer has a need to eat something that will toxify it or that will be destroying it, that will not be supporting the self-healing process. Okay, so once in your mind you are strong, or you can also strengthen your mind. But these habits of, for example, eating food that is not aligned, and obviously food that it doesn't grow, it's quite simple. With food that doesn't grow will not allow the growth, which is the self-healing, the restoration of the cells, and a natural redevelopment of your body. So your flourishing, your growth. Okay, so your well functioning, and this will clot because food can have a big impact on the mind, for example, and this will create the layers on top of each other, which carry emotions locked in them and feelings locked in them. Okay, once we disidentify with these beliefs that we have told ourselves, and with these, let's say, lies, because we have adopted these, we have decided to believe that that is true for us. For example, when we separate ourselves and we believe that we can't have something that another person has, that is the separation from the being, from our natural state, which is healthy, smart, deserving of everything, only good things happening to you. And in the scheme of things, because in the core, again, I repeat, the things are neutral. Okay, so everything that happens to us is neutral, but we choose for a certain time which polarity we want to see. If we want to see the negative polarity of the things or the positive. And self-healing is the neutral state where the automatic renewal, new thoughts coming in, new habits coming in, we adapt to what is new. We no longer need to cling on the past, what was, for example, that was true for the past generation. Some beliefs were the best beliefs for the past generation, and our parents and our surrounding that raised us with these beliefs, and that's the perfect beginning state, because that was a best coping mechanism for them. Okay, maybe pain worked as a best coping mechanism for a certain period of your time. Because you've had so much power, as I talked about it yesterday, you had so much power and energy locked inside for it to be opened when you understand it. Okay, so once you reach, for example, in love, the understanding that you question it, really, that you feel like there's not enough, whenever you feel some lack, okay, not enough life, not enough love, not enough money, not enough health in your life, once you are gonna reach some limit for you where it can flip into the second polarity of your understanding, oh, but that is an infinite source, okay? Money is an infinite source. Therefore, I create my abundance. I create my health. I create my money, okay? The confidence of the inner, of the self-healing state is I always am taken care of because I am responsible for what I do, how I present myself, what I tell myself, how I act to myself, how I love myself, and that way the world around us reflects this back to us. The way we treat ourselves and behave towards ourselves, the same way the life will reflect it. Best example, for example, is of, let's say, self-development and self-healing is when one is in a relationship. That is the most perfect mirror of how you are behaving to yourself. Whatever you see in your partner, therefore then in all the people around you, but the strongest example is whatever you see in your partner, that what you like and what you don't like, that is the way you are treating yourself. It's only reflecting that. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. This can be a very hard realization at first because the ego separates us and leads us to believe that that is something outside of us, therefore it doesn't concern us. But with the honesty to ourselves and with the responsibility comes the realization that, oh, okay, so this is exactly reflecting the way I treat myself, the way I respect myself, the way I set my boundaries, the way I allow treating of my body, of my mind, so it can reflect into abuse, psychological manipulation, anyone manipulating you. It's only reflecting you manipulating yourself, or anyone seemingly not understanding you. If you feel like someone doesn't understand you, or someone is punishing you by not understanding or by saying the wrong things or triggering you, that is you not understanding yourself, and that is you triggering yourself, actually. No one can create an emotion in you. You create it with the patterns you have inside you. Therefore, you can become responsible for all of them and learn how to release them and learn how to become in the neutral state where you are balanced and everything in your life is set into balance, and you understand that you can have a neutral relationship at the frequency of love. That doesn't mean, and you choose what you want to experience, what emotions you want to experience, and what feelings you want to experience, what experiences you want to experience, because you create your experiences. There will never be someone coming to save you, but you are here to save yourself. You're already here. It's only up to you to realize, become aware, and only becoming aware of how do you breathe in every situation of your day, that can have a significant impact on everything you do. Whenever the breath is a perfect mirror, especially if you're, for example, not in a relationship, or the relationship is a strong, maybe wake-up call. If something doesn't work out, it's time for you to look inside you, not with a judgment, not with a punishing way, because there's been enough suffering and punishment. You can let go of that. And you can look at yourself and the patterns in you in a neutral way and decide that it's going to be different and you are going to heal all the aspects of your life. You can decide that you're going to choose a different approach to yourself, different kind of respect, and then naturally all the relationships heal themselves and everything heals themselves. So the breathing, so this is the most important and a very, very great for the first year of awareness. For example, you can only work with breathing, and whenever the breath is the great superpower, because it's always there for you and you can always become aware of it. And so you can try this, and maybe I'll explain this more tomorrow, but becoming aware of how you breathe, therefore how you feel after, because when we grasp on air and when we don't allow the natural flow, the receive and give, okay, because for example with plants we exchange, they need what we give and we need what they give, okay, and this is actually with all partnerships, with all aspects of our lives. There needs to be the natural balance restored. Whenever something is uncomfortable in your life, something is dramatic, or lack, or I don't know if it can be excess, but excess pain, let's say, okay, lack of release, therefore excess of pain. So that's an imbalance. If you're feeling chronic pain, that's an imbalance, because at your natural state, you are at harmony and you don't need to feel pain. Meaning chronic pain, okay? Or maybe it could go into the second polarity, let's say like a fake state of chronic joy or something like that. And so when you become aware of the breath, this is also a great reflection of how you are aware of your balance and how you are maintaining your balance and your self-healing. Which means, for example, when you feel like you can't breathe, like you can't grasp air, you can get into these situations for days. And that is you haven't been maintaining your breath and you haven't been aware of it. Therefore, you're losing your breath because you're giving more than you're receiving. Okay? And from there, you need to deepen your breathing into your whole body. This is a great technique for migraines especially, or any chronic pain or any anxiety, depression, anything. And becoming aware, first you do it in exercises and in sessions, but then you can become aware of your breath on the daily basis in every situation, and then you will see in that situation, once you become aware of the breath, you will see, oh, I'm giving more maybe. I can't grasp air. Or I'm over breathing. Therefore, I'm not giving enough. Okay? Wherever there's this imbalance, and you will, along the self-healing journey, you learn, as you learn how you function, what you need to fulfill, because your needs, if you neglect any of your needs, of your essential, neutral needs that you need to fulfill, you are basically killing yourself. You are separating yourself from the truth. That you don't have to deserve things, but you are here to naturally have them. Okay, so the air is, everything is an infinite source, and you have the same right for it as someone else, and that's not a negative or a positive way. That's a very neutral thing. Okay, so you becoming aware of the breath can easily guide you on a daily basis and on every situation back to the self-healing. Self-healing is coming back from an imbalance to yourself. Okay, if you're absolutely satisfied with yourself, all relationships are harmonic, you love to see people and you love to be alone, you don't mind spending time on your own, and everything is like you're not attached to something, to a need, then you're healed and you're in, and you can maintain this state very well. Over time, you can very much learn, and whenever you come to some imbalance from this natural state, then you can have these tools. Breathing is the cheapest and the most available and most efficient one, for sure. And in the beginning it can be unreal. It can seem unreal. How could I possibly learn such a large pain with breathing? That's what I was thinking, okay, a few years ago. I was once told that with breathing exercises I can release my pain and heal my migraine, and that was absolutely unreal for me. It wasn't at my starting point, that wasn't possible. But I got to it, and now it's on the daily basis. Now when I feel like some pain or my chronic pain that I know very well could be arriving, I know how to stay there with it. I know how to work with it, with the emotion, with the feeling, and how to release it again. Okay? And you can learn this. I'm just here to remind you of what is possible for you, and that wherever you are, whatever your starting point is, you don't even have to believe that's possible, because I didn't. Okay? But you can at least try. You can at least give it a try. Okay, maybe. And the more it triggers you again with the relationships, what I said, or with the breathing, the better. Invite that trigger, invite that resistance into you, because that's even better. That means it's only so much more true, and you will get there faster if you embrace, like, yes, I am in rage right now. I am angry, or I am sad, or it makes me feel extra uncomfortable, and invite all of you in, because you are all of you, and you need to understand to work with all of you, accept all of you, in order to be healed. And then what we often think, that we must first resolve what is outside of us, and after that we will be taking care of ourselves, that's a very common mistake. Because this direction, it will never go. But once you focus on healing the patterns inside of you, then neutrally, as magic, again, reminding like yesterday of what I was talking about, the witch comes out, and magically, suddenly, all those relationships, all the bank statement, everything will magically transform into that balance. Once you restore it within yourself, once you allow the self-healing process to happen on the inside of you, once you stop trying to control yourself, your emotions, and what you feel. Okay, you surrender to what you feel and acknowledge it, that there is a reason why you feel this way in certain situations with certain people. There was a good reason for this, how you came to it. Once you reach the understanding, there you can release it, let it go, and come back to yourself and learn more about yourself, and come back to the now moment where the self-healing can be restored. And your whole body can be restored, and your mind, and everything starts supporting you on your journey, because you are here for you. In the end of the day, you're only gonna be here with yourself and nobody else. So, hope I explained this well enough. I'm gonna save this live on my page, and I'll see you again tomorrow, as I said, for the practical live. And I'm gonna be doing these lives again. I think on Sunday I'll take a break, and then from Monday to Friday we're gonna have the talking reels, and then on Saturday again some spiritual practice, some simple tools that you can now implement into your life, what I see in my coachings, or what comes to me, what I channel. I really love to share this with you, because if I knew all of this or what I understood, it's just so powerful, and it is the truth. It heals everything, and everything starts making sense if it didn't. Okay, so I am here. You can contact me. You can allow me to guide you through if you are on a specific journey, if you are ready for this. So for sure you can DM me and contact me for a coaching session, but also on the lives I want to be sharing this, because this is just so crucial, and we need this on the collective level for healing everything and becoming more in the frequency of love. So thank you for listening and for seeing it from the recording, and I'll see you tomorrow.